All right, let's take a look at this microphone's specifications. It's a dynamic microphone, and its polar pattern is cardioid, and its frequency response is 50 Hz to 16,000 kHz. All right, and now let's see what the proximity effect is like with this microphone. All right, now I'm about 10 feet away from the SHURE MV7X, and now I'm around 2 feet away from the SHURE MV7X, and now I'm about 6 inches away from the SHURE MV7X. All right, and now I'm right up on the SHURE MV7X, so I'm really curious to see how the audio differs at those different distances, and I'm really curious to see if there's a large bass boost in the audio as I get closer to the microphone. All right, and now let's see how the SHURE MV7X handles plosives. Peter Piper picked a peck of plosive peppers, resulting in plosives. All right, sorry about the microphone handling noise, but let's see how this microphone responds to the cardioid polar pattern. So this is the SHURE MV7X, and it is in a cardioid polar pattern. So as I get to the side of the microphone, it should sound not nearly as good as it did before. It should be rejecting me quite a bit. And now as I get to the back of the microphone, it really should be rejecting me. I should sound maybe boxy and kind of far away from the mic. I get around to the other side, still rejecting me decently. And now as I get to the front of the microphone, I see that there's a hair on it. But hey, I sound pretty good because now I'm back around to the front of the microphone. All right, and again, I have no idea why I'm doing this, but I have the SHURE MV7X boomed above me and out of frame, much like you would with a shotgun microphone. This is most definitely not the way to use a microphone like this, but here's how that sounds in case you were wondering. All right, let me know in the comments below if you can tell in this blind A/B test which microphone is the SHURE MV7X and which microphone is the SHURE SM7B. All right, let me know in the comments below if you can tell in this blind A/B test which microphone is the SHURE MV7X and which microphone is the SHURE SM7B. Now, obviously, you can tell just by looking at the SHURE MV7X that it was designed to be more like the SM7B and maybe even sound like the SM7B. Now, there's definitely a price difference, so you've just got to decide which one you like the sound of more and then go with that one. Definitely don't get hung up on the price of the microphone. Just because a microphone is more expensive doesn't mean it sounds better or that you will like the way it sounds more. It may not sound good on your voice, even though it is $400, right? So you've just got to decide for yourself which microphone sounds best to you, and then which one sounds best on your voice and in your space. All right, let me know in the comments below if you were able to tell which microphone was the SHURE MV7X and which microphone was the SHURE SM7B. All right, let me know in the comments below if you can tell which microphone is the SHURE MV7X and which microphone is the RE20. All right, let me know in the comments below if you can tell which microphone is the SHURE MV7X and which microphone is the Electro Voice RE20. Both of these microphones are dynamic microphones. They both have cardioid polar patterns, and they are both XLR microphones. They're definitely quite different in price, but I do know that the MV7X has a bit of a brighter sound than the SM7B, and it's actually pretty subtle, but I know the Electro Voice RE20 definitely has a brighter or more hyped sound than the SM7B, so I'm really curious to see how close these microphones sound to each other, or if they're not close at all. All right, let me know in the comments below if you could tell which microphone was which. All right, and this is how the SHURE MV7X sounds in an untreated space. Definitely not ideal. You can hear my voice bouncing off all of the hard surfaces. Sounds like I'm in a tin can or a box or something like a cave maybe. Now, microphones like the SHURE MV7X, the Electro Voice RE20, the SHURE SM7B dynamic microphones like those are known to actually perform better than large diaphragm condenser microphones or shotgun microphones in an untreated environment. You know, large diaphragm microphones, shotgun microphones, you really need to make treating your environment number one priority, whereas these microphones, they are known to kind of hide an untreated space much better than those other microphones that I just named, but this still isn't ideal. You definitely want to treat your space. That is 70 to 80% of you getting great sounding audio is how you treat the space you're recording in. But if you're short on money and you can't do that right away, I definitely suggest if you're a content creator going with a microphone like this, the Electro Voice RE20, the SHURE SM7B, or something like that. Anyway, this is how it sounds in an untreated space. And then which one sounds best on your voice and in your space. All right, let me know in the comments below if you were able to tell which microphone was the SHURE MV7X and which microphone was the SHURE SM7B. Would I recommend this microphone for content creators? Yes, I would. It's a great sounding microphone. And for those of you who may not quite like the flat or duller sound of the SM7B, this mic gives you a bit more brightness or a more hyped sound than the SM7B. Now, just like with the SM7B, this mic was made to get right up on it for the best results, so definitely don't boom it like I did earlier. That was just stupid fun, as always. But would I recommend this microphone for voice actors? No. I wouldn't. But if you want to know why that is, you can literally just go watch the full review I did of the SHURE SM7B. Most of what I said about that microphone applies here as well. All of those reasons aside though, as I said earlier, this microphone as well as the SM7B was designed for you to get right up on it for the best results. But that will give you a very distinct sound that, you know, you're practically talking right into somebody's ears. And that's not the sound agents, clients, studios, or audio engineers are looking for in the voiceover industry. That's all I'm going to say about that. And you know what they say.